to our second Thursday off-ice choreo lab session. I'm really excited today to be taking class from Isaac Lindy. He's got a phenomenal background in both dance and skating, and he's based out of Philadelphia area. So he's worked with skating companies like Le Patin Libre and Holiday on Ice, as well as in dance with Opera Philadelphia and within the Philadelphia Fringe Festival and a ton of other projects. So this is a really special treat to have him here today. We're looking forward to having this experience for everybody. As I put in the chat, but a few side notes, you will only be able to communicate directly with me during class. So if there's a concern or a problem on a technical end, I can take care of it and pass that along to Isaac. Otherwise, if we allow people to chat throughout class, it interrupts some people's video feeds. You will all be muted, and I will not be allowing you to unmute yourselves. I am taking over, so I will choose who gets unmuted or not. The class will be about an hour, and have so much fun dancing. I'm going to turn it over to Isaac.
Thank you so much, Sarah. Hi, everyone. Super happy to be here with you all. Yeah, so I'm Isaac. Sarah gave you the rundown. That's all of the rundown that you need. In terms of what class is going to look like, I'm going to start the live, Sarah, I think, if that's good, so then I can give the intro for live too. All right, so we're going live. One moment. We're checking connection. We're now live. Great. Hi, everyone. So I'm Isaac. I'm going to teach Choreo Lab for you all today through Ice Theater of New York. And a big thank you to Moira, Irina, Sarah, and everyone at Ice Theater for having me today. So just a little breakdown of what we're going to do in class today. As Sarah said, I'm a dancer and a skater. I've done both at different moments in my life, different kind of iterations. So we're going to do a pretty standard issue modern dance class. I'm going to plagiarize from my favorite modern dancers, and you can tell them and they can get mad at me, like posthumously, like Martha Graham and Royce Cunningham. So we're going to do a first half of warm-up, modern technique, second half, little combination, little phrase work. Those exercises that I'm going to pull from are things that I think apply really well to the ice, and exercises and techniques that allowed me to strengthen my skating technique, and I think that have a really nice reciprocity between the floor and the ice, which I think in a moment like this, where a lot of us are away from our rinks, is incredibly important to ground yourself in a technique that feels applicable, but also feels kind of cozy. So hopefully you get some of that out of class today. We'll work for about 50, 55 minutes at this point. And if you want to check out Merce Cunningham, Merce Trust on Instagram, they have a ton of dance classes, Martha Graham Dance Company, to see where this stuff's coming from. Those are great things to check out too. Great, so we're gonna get started. We're gonna start with roll downs. Roll downs, so just this video so you can see more, and Instagram, you can see. Quick note on directionality. Zoom and Instagram are reversed. So if I say left and you see right, just mirror me and do what you see. I'll do my best to say like opposite side instead of left side, but I will sometimes say the side I'm actually doing, but on Zoom it will look like the reverse. So Instagram, you're lucky. Zoom, I'm sorry, but just mirror me. All right, cool. So roll downs, we're gonna start standing up nice and tall. Our head is gonna be the heaviest part of our body. We're gonna roll down using our head as this heavy weight. Our spine is moving vertebra by vertebra all the way down for 8 counts. We're gonna plie for 8 counts. My heels come off the ground. That's sort of the way anatomically it feels best for me. We're gonna press our heels down to straighten our legs for 8 counts. Head is really heavy. We're gonna roll up for 8 counts. Wonderful. We'll do that on 8 counts twice, on 4 counts twice, on 2 counts twice, and then we'll do it on 1 count, which like most people wouldn't do, but I'm kind of wacky and cruel. So we'll go super fast 4 times. And yeah, we'll get started. So here we go. I'll count you in and talk you through. Sarah, sound okay? Perfect, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, rolling down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, plie. Straighten, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, roll up. Again on 8 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, plie. Straighten. Heavy head. Here we go on 4 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4, plie. Straighten. Roll up again on 4. On 2s. Getting quicker. Again on 2. Get ready for the ones that are extra fast. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. One more. Bonus. Welcome to class. If you're dizzy, so am I. Great. All right, awesome. So we're going to use that energy and that kind of breath that we just generated with the first exercise. We're going to do a core warm-up just because I like to do that at the beginning of my skating practice. You wouldn't see this in a modern dance class per se. You would get more into floor technique, but like I said, I'm picking and choosing. It gets weird. So we're going to do, I'll talk you through, it's really basic movements. Hopefully it gets your heart rate up a little bit. We're going to start in a down dog. We're going to pedal our feet. I'll move back so you can see. We're going to pedal our feet. We're going to roll through our spine to a plank, down dog. We'll do that a few times. We'll meet in down dog. We'll go back to plank and I'll count us in. I'll just show you the motions we'll be doing and then I'll talk you through when we do it with music. We're going to do heel lifts. We're going to do 8 knee to elbow. We're going to do 4 knee to elbow across the body. You can't see me on Instagram. Knee to elbow across the body. Knee to elbow, back to plank. 4 of these. We'll hit the ground. We'll do Supermans. If you kick an oven, bonus points. 3. We'll do 8 of those, and then we'll do swimmers. Okay? Let's do it. Making sure we don't have any concerns in the chat. Instagram, we have a lot of thumbs up. I'm taking that as a go. Let's do some core. So everyone, roll down into your down dog. Take your time. Pedal your feet out. Do what you gotta do. On your own timing, do a few undulations through your spine, getting out to that plank. Thinking about supporting yourself through your core. Everyone meet here in down dog. Roll out to a plank. 5, 6, 7, heel lifts. Up and down. 2, we're doing 8 of these. 3, 4, keep the hips stable. 5, 6, 7, knee to elbow for 8. 1, 2, again, keep those hips stable. 4 more. 6, 7, 8. We're doing knee across, knee to elbow, across, and back. 3 more. 2 more. 1 more. All right, give your shoulders a rest. Moving on our stomachs. Move. Superman up and down. Up and down. 6 more. 6, 5, 4, 3. Engage through here. 1, and swim it out. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Left. So I like to do that at the beginning of that's what I would do warming up before a session. All right, so I'm getting heckled on Instagram Live, classic. So let's go to a little bit of a modern dance floor warm up. Let me check the time. We're doing great. So in a Graham class, especially, and in a lot of different techniques as well, you would start on the floor. Sorry if my forearm just blocked your camera. You would start on the floor, and we're gonna start with bounces, which is a Graham opening technique warm up. to do these bounces, I know it might be a little hard to see with my black t-shirt, but you're gonna scoop out your torso, thinking about your navel, hitting your spine, not collapsing like that into a curve, but thinking about the curve as something that actually moves like up, right? And there's, like you heard me exhale, that scoop makes you exhale, yeah? You're gonna take this position over a nice open butterfly position. I don't want my feet too close to me here. Thinking of my knees at a nice 90 degree, yeah? So I scoop and I bounce here. These bounces are little pulses. In this exercise, we're gonna do 16 bounces, those little pulses. 16 here. We're gonna take 4 counts to extend our spine long. We're gonna sit up straight for 1, 2, and then repeat in a nice wide second. Same curve, same contraction of the spine. Bounce over for 16. Long spine, rise up, feet come in. Actually, keep your feet pointed until you come in here, flex, contract for 16. Long spine for 4, rise up, feet cross, that's it. I think I've given enough caveats, but one more doesn't hurt. A lot of this stuff you would see in a modern dance class over the course of, weeks, and I'm throwing it at you in an hour. So if any of it is like, wow, that's super fast, I have no idea what you're doing, follow along as best you can. If you find something that feels really nice, just stay there and repeat it. I can't see you. Well, I can see some of you, but not really. So I won't tell. So here we go. We're gonna do bounces, 16, starting in that, it's really quick at the beginning, so I'll try to scoot back and catch it, starting in that dolphin or a butterfly position. It's a 4 count pickup, really quick. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 2, 2. Long spine. 1, 2, 3, 4. Rise up. Out to a wide second. Contract and scoop. Extend, extend, extend. Long spine diagonal, rise up. Feet come in and flex. 16 bounces. Long spine, point the feet. Reach, reach, reach. Rise up. Feet coming and crossed. Awesome. And as you can hear, the music is continuing because the music is actually for, like, that track is from a Graham class. And in a Graham class, you would go straight into spirals, which is what we're gonna do. Look at that. So for many of you, you might be thinking, we're gonna do spirals on the ground, like skating spirals. Skating, a spiral in skating is an arabesque dance. Spirals in modern dance mean spiraling around your spine. Very different. But I love them because I think they really help with, obviously, core engagement, obviously posture and sort of a nice stacking up the chain. But I also think it helps with rotational position, right? Because what we're gonna do, I'll space forward. We're gonna think about our spine as a column and our torso twisting around our spine without throwing a shoulder forward. So I'm gonna have my left foot in front, or zoom, mirror me. My hands are long, energy out my fingertips. I'm sitting up nice and straight. I'm going to twist, spiral around my spine without throwing my left shoulder forward. I'm thinking about twisting around the column. And again, I like that for rotational position because it encourages us to be upright and think about folding in instead of throwing ourselves forward, yeah? So just a little skating application in case you needed it. We're gonna spiral 1, 2, 3, come back center, 1, 2, contract 3. I'm in that nice scooped position. We're gonna go 1, 2, 3 to the right, come back center, 2, contract 3. Repeat left, repeat right. After we've contracted our 4th time, our hands will come down 1, extend 2, out 3. Stretch over for 3. Stretch away for 3. Opposite leg to arm, arm overhead, pitch forward, come back on 1, 2, 3, switch the feet, 1, 2, other side. If that tag is too much, don't do it. Sit upright, manually switch those ankles, meet us for spirals on the other side. Cool. So the tempo is actually slower than what I was just counting, because I don't want to talk too much because I always talk too much, so we're just going to get going. Here we go. That didn't start. Start that music again. So there's your tempo. 4, 5, 6. I'll give you another 6 to start. Left foot in front. Think about one line from your pinky up to your knee. 4, 5, 6. Here we go. 1, 2, spiral left. Come back center. 2, contract. To the right. Come center. Contract. To the left. Energy, energy, up his fingers. One more time to the right. Center, 2, contract. Arms low, left leg out. Extend, stretch over for 3. Stretch away for 3. Contract, back. 2, 3, switch the ankles around, other side, here we go, to the right. Contract to the left. Check your ankles, check your hips. I just did, I wasn't doing it in the best position. Center. One more contraction, arms come low, right leg out, open, extend over, stretch away, opposite arm to leg, up, and pitch forward, contract back, almost there, switch the feet, round, pitch forward, amazing, amazing. Hopefully you were able to feel that engagement of your torso around your spine as the spinal column acting as an anchor and thinking about that twist without throwing a shoulder. It's really a nuanced motion, it's kind of tiny. We just sat in spirals for a while and sometimes my hip flexor can kind of grip, so let's just do a quick 16 pelvic releases. We're gonna get back on our forearms here. Your feet can go under a couch. Back on your forearms here. We're just gonna tilt our, and this black is maybe not the right color, but too bad. We're gonna tilt our pelvis forward and back 16 times. 1, 2, just let your pelvic, the bowl of your pelvis, shift forward and back, release all that tension we just built up. 8 more. Wonderful, all right. Check where we're at, perfect. We're gonna get off the floor. In order to do that, we're gonna do just a stretch series that I like to do. And in standing, we'll do a couple more technique. We'll have a couple more technique moments before we get really grooving. I consider this really grooving, hopefully you do too. So we're gonna start on the floor with, on our backs, one leg extended in the air. I'll talk you through the stretches, but just so you have a roadmap. We're gonna start back here, pointing and flexing. We'll rotate our ankle to the right, to the left. Extend the leg that's low, reach for the calf or the hamstring, whichever is accessible. Gentle tug, bend the knee in, we'll hug. I'm gonna cradle my knee and my elbow, gently out to the side, extend out to the side, twist. Here's the figure 4 stretch, I'll turn around so you can see backwards. Figure 4, awesome. Over across the knees. I'm giving a shout out to Kathy Wildberger at Vassar College. I took these stretches from her. She doesn't know, but she would like it, I think. Legs down, other side. Then we'll push ourselves up. Stretches in second position. These are from Steve Brooks at Vassar College. Again, I think he'd approve. And then we'll do another Steve stretch, lunge to the back, quad stretch. This is probably the trickiest part of this whole series. In this quad stretch, a lot of people go, ow, I don't want my kneecap to be on the ground. I don't either. So when I'm stretching, my weight is above my kneecap. It's high, I'm not back on my knee like that. If that stretch isn't accessible to you, just hang out with a lunge and we'll do a hamstring. I'll talk you through all of that. Here we go. Meet me on your back. Right leg up, choose a leg, point and flex. Rotate clockwise or counterclockwise. Dancer's choice, skater's choice. Other way. Try to make this as smooth as possible. I'm feeling a little creaky. Smooth that out, helps strengthen all those tiny muscles in your ankle. Boom, reach up the calf or the hamstring, point. Bend the knee in, hug it in, hug it in, hug it in. Again, release those hip flexors. Cradle, crook of the elbow to knee. Keeping both hips planted on the ground. I don't want to be here. I want to stay really square. For me, that means my knee doesn't go very far. Out to the side again. I don't have much turnout. There's a lot of room down here. Across. Figure 4 stretch. I'll turn around so you can see it more easily. And I actually think that flexing your foot here is nice. It keeps the integrity of this line that kicks your knee. Over cross, flex feet. Really deep hip stretch. Other side. Point flex. Rotate one direction. My left ankle feels better than my right today. Don't know about y'all. Not sure what that's about, but a lot less hiccupy here. My right ankle's mad. All right, extend that bottom leg, point the top foot, calf or hamstring. Gentle knee hug. Little rotations, little circles here. Crook of the elbow to the knee. You can probably see on this side what I mean by keeping both hips grounded rather than having them be all the way out here. This position has more integrity. This builds strength. This stretches things in a better way. Out to the side. Cross. Nice twist. Figure 4 stretch. Again, flex that foot, especially if you have knee issues. Over cross. Both feet to the floor, roll to the right or left. Meet me out in a second. We're gonna have our feet flexed first to the right. Or left if you're on to. Take these shoulders, rotate toward the right. Crawl across to the other side. Open up. Rise up. Point again. I'm trying to keep my knees pointing up to the ceiling. I'm not letting them turn in there. That's engaging my rotators, my hips already up. Turn toward that left side. Help yourself across. Over on the right. Again, I'm thinking of externally rotating these legs already. Kneecaps up. Awesome. Pump these legs in. Shake them out, shake them out, shake them out. To the lunges. Have my left leg forward, right leg back. I'll do this to the side. I think you can see it. Instagram a little cut off, but you get this. If you can be on your forearms down here and that feels nice, great. Think about your pelvis being really heavy and your back heel pushing toward the back wall. So you're stretching and descending. It's active, yeah. Up to hands. Back knee down, but don't weight on the kneecap, over the kneecap, yeah. Still thinking of my hips falling to the ground. Opposite hand to opposite leg. Push back to a hamstring stretch. Other side. Up to our hands. Push back to a hamstring. Stretch. Hip square. Bring the feet together. Soft bend in the knees and roll up. Awesome. So, thank you for stretching and doing a floor warm-up with me. I think that skaters, and I'm including myself in this because I am a skater, and skater first. Like I skated my whole life before kind of starting to dance for a quick 7 years and then came back to skating. So skaters are notorious for like lacing up the boots and hopping on the ice and being like, I warmed up because I did a squat, or like I warmed up because I thought about skating. I did that my whole life until undergrad, and I realized that the first actually 3/4 of a modern dance class, you're just warming up. And then you dance after you're like really, really, really warm. And for me, that was a game changer. It changed my whole approach, changed my whole movement style, and also just my, I think like how I approach my like somatic practice. So that I like, but it also, I totally recognize that it probably is pretty alien to some of you who are used to more of a skating workout. Cool. So now that we're all standing or squatting, we are going to do some turnout exercises. As you might have heard me say during that stretching, let me tilt this up a little bit so you can see me. Wonderful. As you might have heard me say while we were stretching, I wanted us to keep our knees pointed toward the ceiling, and I said external rotation. We're gonna work these muscles, these rotator muscles, back near our glutes, our abductors, the outside, yeah? And we're gonna work on rotating from this big muscle group, not from our knees, not from our ankles, which is again a super foreign motion for skaters. To do this first exercise, we're gonna plie in a parallel position. Everyone check your hips width distance apart by putting 2 fists down here, yeah? That's where your feet should be for hips width distance, awesome. So we're gonna plie. We're gonna turn out using our rotators, staying in our plie. We're gonna rise up, and you'll really feel your hips kick in here. Our arms will breathe up and down. Reverse it, plie, turn in, rise up, down. We'll do that half time, and then we'll double time it, and then we'll move on. All right, so that's your tempo, 5, 6, and we're gonna do 2 counts for these plies at first, and these turnouts. It's pretty slow. Use the time to warm up these muscles. I'll give you an 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here we go. 5, 6. Set this hips with distance and ascending. Plie for 2. Turn out for 2. Rise up using the rotators. Breathe the arms. Descend for 2. Turn out for in for 2. Rise up for 2. Arms. Same tempo once more. Yeah. One more. Gonna double time it after this. Use all the time. Now on 1 count. Down. Rotate. Up. Plie. Turn in. Up. One more time. Breathe the arms. Plie. Turn in. Rise up. Arms. Wonderful. Wonderful. So what I'm noticing is that I have spent a lot of time warming us up as the amazing modern dancers you've all just become in the last half hour, if you weren't already, which maybe you are. But I do want to get to our phrase work, so I'm gonna speed through plies and speed through tendus. The sequence is pretty simple. Follow along, I'll talk it through. We'll do plies in first position, 4 of them here. 4 in second, demi plies. So they're not grand plies, they're not down here. They're demis, yeah? We'll do 4 and 4th position, thinking about headlights on both of our hips facing forward. Opposite arm to opposite leg in front. 4 demis, close to 5th, 4. Around, other side, 4th, 4. 5th, 4 of them. Follow my port de bras, just follow what my arms are doing. We're gonna go out to 1st. We're gonna descend to a grand plie in 1st position. 1, 2, 3, 4, rise up, releve. Out to 2nd, 1, 2, 3, 4, rise up. That's all, that's the whole plie sequence. One kind of sweet note, I took yesterday's Merce Cunningham class this morning to warm up, and I found out, not that I knew this person, but June Richter, apparently an accompanist, longtime accompanist of the company, passed away this week. And so the class was kind of in memory to her. And then in finding music for my plies today, I found her version of the accompanying plie music. So I thought that was really sweet. I wanted to use that today. So just a little context for our plies. So I'm gonna start the music again. You have a 4 count in. Here we go. Reading in 1st. 3 more in 1st. 4 in every position. Out to 2nd. Thinking of the rotators the whole time, pushing up as much as you're descending down. Use the floor. 4th position. Hips forward. Push back, close 5th. And lose your balance if you're me. One more in 5th, other side, 4th position. Hips forward. Back to 5th. Even turnout and even weight on both feet. My weight is even on both sides. 1 more in 5th. Back to 1st. Grand plie. Press the heels down to rise up. Press through the floor to rise up into releve. Out to 2nd. Again, press into the floor to rise. Heels descend. Wonderful. Okay, I'm being sacrilegious. I'm skipping tendus and dégagés so we can dance. All right, cool. So we're gonna do our phrase work now. Thank you for that plie sequence. Our combination today, like this, you'll see the feel of this is pretty different than the stuff we've been doing. So you'll see a little bit more of how, I guess, my movement style in the combination. So we're gonna start by me giving a little bit more room to zoom. We're gonna start facing the camera, facing forward, and we're gonna go back with our head on 1, 2. I'll show you. 1, 2 comes down. We hold our forehead in our right hand or whatever hand you see. Left hand to left knee. I do count this. If counts are something new for you, just follow along. So we go back 1, 2. On 2, I have left hand to left knee, right hand to forehead. I ricochet out. I need to move this back because Instagram is having a whole moment. Cool. That's better. So we go 1, 2, ricochet out, 3, 4. So I'm turning on the ball of my left foot. I'm pushing my knee out, and I'm taking my head out with my forehead. 3, 4. Again, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, I'm out on the diagonal, and my left leg is out on the diagonal too. 6, roll up, 7, 8. Welcome to the first 8 count that you have. Awesome. Let's review that. We go back, 2, 3, 4, reach out, 5, 6, roll up, 7, 8. Good news is, we repeat on the other side up to count 6. Other side, we go back, 2, 3, 4, out, 5, 6. Let's link them together. Let's put a comma in there. Back, 1, 2, 3, 4, reach 5, 6, 7, 8. Other side, 2, 3, 4, reach 5, 6. Awesome. Let's keep going, I think. Yeah, let's keep going. I'm sweating now, so hopefully you are too. As you can see, my hair is an indication of like where I'm at warm-up-wise, and it's growing, so that's good. All right, so we are gonna go, we just ended here on 6. We went 5, 6. From here, we're gonna step forward and 7. To show you what the feet are doing on the side, I'm stepping right on the ball of my foot, left on the ball of my foot. My hand is sort of in front on a cane. This is my right hand. And you're staying up here, which is tricky, on these forced arches. So that's and 7. Everyone just try that a couple times. And 7. Yeah, one more time. And 7. Cool. Again, that's facing forward. I just wanted you to see the profile of the foot. We're going and 7. Again, I'll show this way. And 7, 8, and 1. To the side, that looks like I just arrived here on 7. Back heel goes down on 8. Throws the upper body on and 1. Back heel down, upper body undulate, front heel down. One more time. Back heel down, upper body undulate, front heel down. Try that a couple times with me. We just are here on and 7, 8, and 1. One more time. And 7, 8, and 1. Let your head go. Think about someone throwing your upper body that way, so you have this initiation that makes your spine wave. We did a lot of spinal twisting to warm up, so hopefully that feels nice. If it doesn't feel nice, don't do it. That's my general rule of thumb. Cool. So we arrived here, and 7, 8, and 1. From this position, we're facing forward. I'll show it forward. You're going to press hand to thigh, 2, 3, arrive 4. To show you what it looks like on the side, I'm pushing back, brushing, and arriving back in this cane holding position. Again, 2, 3, 4. Let's do from this crouch on 6 to go and 7, yeah? So we just went 5, 6, we go and 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. I hope that's making sense. I'm gonna scroll down just so I have a little better view on Zoom. And let's do the whole thing from the top, starting with the head roll to the right. 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, out, 3, 4, 5, 6, roll up, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah? Cool. So we just arrived here on 4. Take a snapshot of your body in this position and rotate it around one full turn, but nothing else moves. Boom. Yeah? I am a lefty in skating, so I like to turn that way, which helps in dance because a lot of people like to turn that way in dance. If you don't like to turn that way and you're like a unilateral skater turner, which is kind of normal, turn the other way. Here on 4, 5, 6. I'm tracing a circle on the ground with this back foot to kind of stabilize me. 5, 6. Yeah? Okay. Let's do from and 7 through that turn on 5, 6. We're making great time, by the way. We're gonna make it through the whole thing. Okay, here we go. I'll give you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Okay, I see a lot of forced arches. I'm loving it, I'm loving it. So what we're gonna do next, we just arrived here after the turn on, ooh, where am I in the frame? 6, yeah? I'm gonna reach up 7, On Zoom, you can't see the top of my hand, but it's just straight, like there. Cool. 7, as I step with my right foot. Here on 5, 6, 7, 8, 1. Let's just try that much. 7, 8, 1. So my elbows are hitting my hips, and I'm stopping them on the side of my body, yeah? 1. Let's 5, 6, 7, 8, 1. Yeah? From here, those contractions that we spent so much time with at the beginning of class, we're going to think about that curving over, but we're going to take it, we're going to sort of we're going to exaggerate it. Martha Graham might not be happy, but sorry. 7, 8, 1. Take this curve over. 2. And I'm actually throwing my shoulders forward. So it's 7, 8, 1, 2. Yeah? 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2. I'm just walking through to get these feet. I think we have a left step. 5, 7, 8, 1, 2. Yep, cool. So again, we're up on 7, we're up on 8, down 1, over 2. From here, your weight needs to shift back on your left foot so you can step back with your right. So we're up 7, 8, 1, 2, step back 3, pivot on it, 4. That's a really tricky thing to do on Zoom and Instagram, to like find that directionality in this. I find it really tricky to teach virtually when you start rotating around. It's like, ooh, where am I going? So I'm facing forward, 1, 2. I step to the back of the room, I step to the back left corner of the room, I pivot forward. Let's do that again. My right foot is forward, I'm bent over. I step back with my right, forward with my left, forward with my right. One more time. Right foot forward, we're bent over on 2. Back, right, forward, left, forward, right. Yeah? Yeah, step back on the right. Left, right. So, counts for that. We've just gone 7, 8, 1, over 2, 3, 4, 5. And where you are, you're in a 4th position here, yeah? My hips are square, I'm facing a forward diagonal, and I'm arriving here on count 5 so that I can go 6. Let's put that all together a few times. It's a little like coordination tricky, but once you get it, it'll feel great. So we'll go 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's do it a little slower and I'll count you in with more of a heads up so it's not a sneak attack. All right, so we're gonna start on 7, 8. I'll give you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're almost there, but let's go back to the beginning and we'll review before we add on these last 2 counts, yeah? From the beginning, we have our head going back. I'll just walk it through, we'll finish it up, and then maybe, I think we do have time for a couple of questions before we really tie it all together, so maybe if any questions can be forwarded to Sarah, and I'll take a look at Instagram to see if we have any. Cool. So from the top, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, roll up 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's finish these last few counts and then we'll do questions. I'm here in this demi-plie hanging over and forth on 6. My right shoulder brings me up, 7 and 8. So my right shoulder starts, left shoulder follows, right shoulder goes again. It's kind of a freaky shimmy. 7 and 8. One more thing. As if someone is throwing your body, starting with like pushing your face over to the left, but you don't push it. It's just like you feel that force. So we went 7 and 8, 1, And that's it. So now we have time. We're gonna work for another, let's say, 5 to 8 minutes, bringing us to a cool 55. And we're gonna go over questions for a couple minutes. We're gonna listen to the music and walk it, and then we'll do it a couple times. And we'll see where we're at with timing. All right, so any questions on Zoom, Sarah? I'm not seeing any questions on Instagram. If you have them, put them in the comments. Hi, Liz. All right, amazing. No questions, which means that I've confused everyone beyond the point of no return, or I've been very clear. We'll never know. All right, wonderful. So, oh, hi, Chiquita. Let's do the whole thing one more time, just walking and talking. I think the music is a little faster than what I've been counting. It tends to be that way. So let's get a little comfier with it, sub-tempo, and then we'll put the music on, we'll listen, and we'll learn. Here we go. So no music, just walking and talking. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Roll up 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. 1. Okay. I'm dancing very full out. I'm very sweaty. Hopefully you are too. Let's put on the music and we'll get the timing in our brains and bodies. Oh my God, Liz says it's great. So if Liz Schmidt says it's great, it's great. All right, here we go. So here's your tempo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Back. Hear that tempo? 1. Okay, hopefully you can hear that. I will count you in. I have a little experiment to do at the end of class, which we're gonna have time for, which I'm thrilled about. So there is this there's music at the beginning, and I got a little lyrical with myself with this, so it is attached to some what we just did is attached to accents in the music. But we have a little surprise at the end to take up those 7 bars of 8 at the top. So again, I'll count you in. Let's give it a shot. Here's an 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here we go. 3, 4, 5, 6. Roll on. So I didn't count that because I don't know if my voice makes the music cut out. It might. So let's, I'll do it again, same thing, but I'll count it this time with you. And then we'll pause for any questions that come up there. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1. It is way faster than what I was counting. If you, like maybe double time. Classic dance teacher trick. You're getting it, you're feeling the class. Yes, I got it. The music comes on, you're like, why? Is it hyperspeed? Sorry about that. Let's pause for questions for a sec, and then we'll run it a couple more times. Hello, everyone on Instagram Live. You have a really up close and personal shot of how my hair went from controlled to Philly summer, no salons open, quarantine chic. There we go. Any questions on Zoom? Let's see. I see Sarah typing, there we go. I had everyone, and then I lost everyone. Classic. Okay, so let's go through much more slowly, a couple of times. No music, just counts. I'm gonna take a breath. We're gonna take a breath together. We're gonna slow it down, and then we'll put the music back on, and we will try to bring it up to tempo, yeah? Yeah, great. So, from the beginning, we're facing forward, yeah? I'll count us in. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Reach. 6. Roll up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Reach. In. Step, step. Roll the body. Push the leg. Turn. Around. Reach. Reach. In. Down. Step, step, step. Collapse. Shoulder, shoulder, throw. What I just did there is another classic dance teacher move that sometimes isn't helpful, but I talked the directions and what I'm doing with my body in time. Yeah, here, I'm gonna send Sarah the song is Motion by Peter Sandberg. I'll write it in the chat so she has it as well. But yeah, what I just did was maybe a little sneaky, but I just talked us through without counts. We'll do the same tempo, but I'll count the whole time. That's a reminder to myself as well. And then we'll put it back up to tempo with the music, yeah. And we have enough time to do that a couple times. Cool, so I'm writing the name of the track. Great. So, again with counts slow. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn 5, 6, step 7, 8, 1 collapse. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, 1. Hopefully that clarified any issues we're having. And by any issues, I mean, hopefully it addressed at least one. If you haven't taken too many modern or contemporary classes outside the context of a rink, it's, especially when I first started, it was like, let me just try to grab onto one idea in this class. And slowly but surely over the course of time, you build those ideas up until you can create a whole phrase and it's like, oh wow, now I can learn this choreography. That is to say, I didn't hold back at all in making this. I would set this piece on friends or myself. So if you're getting any of it, amazing. Like I didn't water this down for skaters. I think honestly, that can be an issue with dance for skaters, is we water it down and then we lose the value of dance. It's like we need to have a holistic practice in order for it to be beneficial to skaters to apply it on the ice. All right, I'm gonna get off my soapbox. We're gonna get going with music. And when we do it we're gonna do it with music one more time, and then I'm gonna throw our bonus surprise idea at you for our last run through. And I think pretty much that's all we're gonna have time for, just so I don't run over with the Instagram live, because we're already at 55 minutes about. So here we go. Yeah, we might have time for an extra run through, that's great. Once more with music, the tempo is faster. I'll keep counting through the music this first time. 5, 6, 7, 8. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1. That's so fast. I'm sorry, y'all. It's so fast. We're doing our best. We're literally double timing it in between my talk through and the music. We're doing our best. Here's the bonus surprise that I mentioned or promised. There's that extra music, 7 counts of 8 for those of you who are counter nerds. I'm not, but I've learned to become one. There's 7 counts of 8. I want you to just move for 7 counts of 8. What I'll do is I'll count 1, 2, up to 7, and then I'll say 5, 6, 7, 8, and that will start our phrase all together with the head roll. For those 7 counts, anything you learned today, anything you didn't get to do today that you like to do that in your own space. If you want to just sit and breathe, that's fine too. You have 7 counts of 8 to do what you want. So here we go. Two, 3, 4, 6, I skipped 5, 7, here we go. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1. Let's do that one more time, and I think that will be all we have time for, unless we do have a set for questions. So anything that came up in that, quickly I can answer. I'm looking at Instagram. See Sarah writing. Amazing. I don't know what's amazing, just in general, that we get to move virtually. That's good. No more questions. Amazing, wonderful. I'll try to do a better job of counting you in with those 7 counts of 8. But again, just use the time to move in a way that feels good. Yeah? And then we'll meet for the head roll on 1. So here we go. Get ready for the first count of 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2. Awesome. I don't want to go over time because we'll lose the Instagram feed. But thank you guys so much for class. I'm applauding all of you. I can't hear you guys, but thank you so much. It was super, super fun. Hopefully you got something out of it. I got something out of it, which is dehydration and other things too. So thank you, Moira. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, Irina. It was super fun to be here. So I'm going to go ahead and stop the Instagram feed. Cool.
Sounds good. Thank you guys so much for joining us today for the Choreo Lab class. Next week we'll have one of our company members, Lean Haddad, teaching class. I think she's going to do a contemporary tango fusion class, which will be really fun. So we hope we see you next week for that, Thursday at 1:30. And also always happy to have you at the Tuesday Off-Ice Edge class at 1:30 as well. Thanks guys again for joining us. See you all next time. And thank you, Isaac. That was an amazing class.
Oh, thank you guys so much. It was awesome. It was super fun.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye. Bye, everyone. Thank you again.